we're not even talking about DAOs. We're not even talking about DeFi, play to earn, NFTs, and the metaverse as a whole. We're so early into this. Hey guys, so it's November 2021 and we have seen a massive amount of movement in the cryptocurrency space. When we looked at April, May, June, right after Bitcoin started to go up as high as 64,000, we saw it start to correct massively. And as you all know, also one of the biggest reasons why it dropped was primarily because of China banning mining. By the time I'm making this video, you can see it very well that when China banned Bitcoin mining, hash rates dropped. And when hash rates dropped, the price of Bitcoin dropped as well. But fast forward to where we are now, miners have started to transition out of China and they're now in the US or in other Western countries where Bitcoin mining is not banned. And because of that, we have seen hash rates start to steadily go up again, and it's back already to where it was at the first half of 2021, before all of this fear, uncertainty, and doubt that China has put on into the cryptocurrency market space. That being said, also, there's so many developments that happened in crypto which made a lot of your favorite protocols garner a lot of attention. If you look at it, certain triggers, August you had the London upgrade for Ethereum, then you had somewhere around September smart contracts for Cardano. Then while all of that was happening, and which was one of the biggest triggers also to bring the markets higher, you saw the Bitcoin futures ETF happen last October. And because of that, we saw Bitcoin start to surge and move into all-time highs, which makes it somehow exciting for a lot of people, because to see it from below 20,000 last year and even at around 5,000 when everything dropped because of the lockdowns last year, to see it go above 20 and 64,000 and drop to 28,000 last May, and to see it go back up shows you the resilience of Bitcoin. And I'll say this, that Bitcoin is technology. Bitcoin really doesn't care if our opinion on it is bullish or bearish. The price may change, the price may go up or down, or it may continually also go up then suddenly start to pull back massively, but it doesn't change the technology. Where we are right now in Bitcoin is basically just a reflection of how good and how amazing the technology is. Bitcoin's dominance in the cryptocurrency market also goes to show how big and stable its staying power will be. And a lot of people have been talking about, will ETH actually flip Bitcoin, or will Bitcoin still maintain its dominance given that it doesn't do much as compared to what ETH is actually doing. But please do note that in Bitcoin's category, there's nothing or no one or no crypto that could actually beat it. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is still one of the most decentralized and most secure networks. When you go to the smart contract layer, there will be other cryptocurrencies that have a lot of competition, and we've made so many videos about that for Ethereum, and there are other smart contract blockchains that are trying to beat it and are trying to fight it. If there's one thing that's so evident in the cryptocurrency market right now, is that adoption is happening more than ever. We're seeing people and institutions come in at a record level. And please do note that when this entire issue about ESG for Bitcoin gets resolved, when we have Bitcoin spot ETFs happen, and when we see sovereign wealth funds start to enter the cryptocurrency market space, whatever run-ups that we've seen in the past, I think we're just beginning. And we've seen crashes in Bitcoin, we've seen drops in other cryptos and altcoins as well. But if you look at it and you start to zoom out, I think we're still early. One of the ways on how I would analyze it, how I would look at crypto, is that when everyone understands it, when the fact that not everyone understands it yet, that's what makes it so valuable, and that's where the upside will be. Because when everyone knows about it, when everyone understands it, when everyone is already in it, then the upside also becomes lesser. If you would put this in parallel to the internet in the 1990s, everyone didn't understand what the internet was. It was just a far-flung concept that people did not know. And I think that's where we are right now. It's true that there's more people understanding it and adoption is bigger. But what I'm saying is this: if 2% or 3% of the population is in crypto right now, how big would the market be when you have 6%? How big would the market be when it's 10%? How big would the crypto market be when 25% of the population is into crypto, is into Bitcoin? When you have more governments using Bitcoin as part, adding it to their balance sheet, when you have more companies using Ethereum and building around it as well. And we're not even talking about DAOs. We're not even talking about DeFi, play to earn, NFTs, and the metaverse as a whole. We're so early into this. So in the short term, there will always be fluctuations. In the short term, there will always be drops. There will always be volatility because it's so new. But when you zoom out, when you look at how game-changing this could be, what are the things that it will start to disrupt, and the adoption that will take place, then suddenly it doesn't seem so high anymore. Then suddenly it doesn't seem so scary anymore. Please remember that the layer 1 tokens alone that do smart contracts, from Ethereum to Algorand to Avalanche to Solana to Cardano, from where we are now to where we will be in the next decade, a large chunk of the really good ones will have massive staying power. And of course, 95% of maybe the 11 plus thousand tokens and coins we have won't be relevant 10, 15, 20 years into the future. But the ones that are good, I really believe that they're so undervalued still right now. Majority of the apps that will be built on top of these layer 1s have not yet been used. And when people start to understand it, then that's when we see larger adoption. And what's interesting about that is that Axie Infinity may be getting a lot of heat right now, but that's a use case that you finally get to see the marriage between gaming, NFTs, blockchain, crypto into one platform that over 2 million people are using. There are a lot of tokens, a lot of coins, a lot of dApps that have gone up in value, in price, but they're not actually used yet. But for Axie, it's a good template, a good example that it's actually being used. It has users. There's sales coming in, and that's a good textbook case for adoption. Look at that moment in a lot of the dApps, in a lot of the protocols, in a lot of the programs that are being built. Why? Because when adoption happens, that's when you see this start to explode and get even bigger. I don't know what the price of Bitcoin will be, of Ethereum, of Solana, of Cardano, of Polkadot, where they will be this November at the end of the month, where they will be this December. But what I do know is when you stretch it out over the long term, it looks very promising. And that's why it's so important that you know what you're getting into, so that when there are dips, there are fluctuations, you don't panic. But it's so exciting. I've never been this excited towards an asset class for a very long time. The same excitement that I felt in the stock market is what I'm feeling right now for the cryptocurrency space. So know what you're getting into. It's still early. There's so much still to explore from this entire technology space. Don't just look at the price, look at the technology, look at what it's disrupting, look at what it's changing. Because when you look at it from that lens, then your investing, your deployment of capital will be different. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.